Nope, leave it. Yeah, there.
And we are live.
Hello, everyone.
Oh, hey, Craig.
Stephen Lacey here.
Craig's first. Katie, hi.
How did Craig get first?
I mean, he was on the ball. Katie, hi. James, hi.
Katie.
Cemental Oscar, hello. Oh, really? Go, Pat, go. Really?
Oh, who said that?
Cemental Oscar.
Dear Lord.
Rachel.
Craig probably paid him to say that.
He probably did, yeah. I could
Oh,
see
dear
Craig
Lord.
doing something like that.
Dear Lord.
He was refreshing like constantly, like refresh.
So, hello, everyone. We're here talking about The Walking Dead tonight. And first off, I want to say happy anniversary to Katie and Nick. Happy 10 years. And to...
A long time. That's how long me and you've been married.
Been married longer than that.
We've been together longer than that, but we've been married for 10 years.
Oh.
Almost 11. I'll give you that. In January, it'll be 11.
How come it feels a hell of a lot longer than that?
Because we've been together a hell of a lot longer than that.
Dear God.
I mean, there is a difference between married and, like...
Shacking up.
Shacking
it up.
For a couple years,
So, hello, everybody.
Chantel, hi. Raina, hi.
Just an FYI, we have watched through 6:10. So, everything up to that point with the last episode showing us... God,
we met the new character. Or the new person. Jesus. Jesus.
Yeah, we met Jesus.
We met Malcolm.
Yeah, that's definitely Malcolm.
Yeah. I know.
It was hard for me to tell, but you could tell right away.
Well, I could tell by A, the eyes, and then B, when he started talking. I was like, oh, hell yeah, that's Malcolm.
That voice is what got me.
It was Malcolm,
But the look in itself...
But he looks very different.
Big time.
I mean, not only the long hair,
Malcolm
but also
from the other show that we've
beard.
been watching.
Prodigal Son.
Yes. Which is a very good show. I really enjoy that, too. Today we had a day where I could sit home and kind of get some filming done.
Kimberly
we
Sharp.
did do
Hello.
Some Bates Motel. We watched that today. We've got a couple shows that we have going on over on Patreon that we're really enjoying. That being one of them. I'll tell you the rest later. But we did watch The Matrix. Wow.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to start with that one.
I just thought it was so fun to just see Steve all confused over here, like, what is happening? And I'm like, I think this is what's happening. And he's like, okay. And then like 10 minutes later, now what the fuck's happening?
I had a hard time separating what was not in the Matrix and what was... I just had a hard time separating the two. But then after I got to sit back and think about it, I really liked the show. But I have questions about some
Well, even
parts
I
of the
have
movie.
questions about certain parts and certain things where I'm like, wait,
Right.
like...
Right. But we did get that
I
done.
have question marks.
We did get that done, and it was a lot of fun.
Donnie, thank you so much.
Is that Donald Newton?
Walks in like Norm in Cheers. Afternoon, everyone. Chapter 15. The finale was posted. And guess what? Not done yet. Part 2 in February.
Heck yeah, Donald. I did receive a Christmas card from your mom, Donald. Tell her thank you so much. I opened that up right away and read it. Thank you. That meant a lot. Thank you. I love that old school sending, I don't know how many people still do that, But that was a very big thing when I was growing up, was Christmas
Sending
cards.
Christmas cards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember my, grandma in particular.
My grandma does that too.
She'd
and I'm
post
like,
them up.
well, at least she used to. I'm not sure if she still does anymore. At least
I'm sure she does.
within the past couple years, I know I've gotten one, but I can't remember. I know I haven't gotten one yet this year from her. But yeah, this was definitely something that maybe grandparents and parents are doing. I don't know if it's as popular now
with
in
our generation.
With our generation and, younger.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I've kind of failed in,
Dave Cannon, thank you so much.
I would say I've even failed at that. I kind of left that behind, and,
So glad you're feeling better, Lacey. Welcome back. Well, thank you. I am feeling better. I am feeling much better.
She's feeling better.
Better.
Yeah, she was down and out. It did take us out of the filming portion for an exact week. It was a rough moment around here as far as her being down, but once she came back, we were right on it.
Once I was feeling 100%, then I was back on and got a bunch of shows filmed.
Yeah, we did. Yes, we did. We even did a record that one day when we sat back and
a record number of shows for what we've done basically in one day as far as filming.
Right. Got a lot done.
Yeah. So that was pretty good. And I don't know why it's lagging, you guys. I apologize. Some
Do you just need to
It says stream health is good, so I don't know. I do not know why it would be lagging, but sorry. Sometimes the internet is good, sometimes the internet is shitty. I don't know.
I know you had some things that some people were asking and whatnot, but I do want to say something.
Okay.
The first show when we came back, especially when the tower had fell onto the wall, I'm going to tell you what, as far as the show goes, that was probably one of the most intense moments. I mean, it seems like it's getting more ratcheted up for me, because so many people escape. I mean, we were talking Glenn, Maggie was climbing the ladder, almost getting.
Oh, you mean the mid-season finale?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like,
Dear
there was
God.
so much going on all at once that, I mean, you had the fight with Ron and Carl. You had the fight with Carol and Morgan.
You had Maggie trying to get away from the walkers, climbing up, and she's pregnant and literally barely getting up there.
We had Deanna getting bitten.
Which we didn't even know. I mean, you saw something, I was like, no, that was...
But I didn't really quite question that she had been bitten, though. Like, I knew I remember seeing it and like, wait, where'd that second blood stain come from? But not really thinking...
Well, I figured maybe she covered up her leg and grabbed her shirt. I mean, that was my thinking.
Katie Weber, thank you so much. Steve, thank you so much for the shout out to me and Nick.
Yes.
And it's going so fast. Hold on. I very much appreciate it. Also, by the way, I upgraded to the $10 tier on Patreon.
Awesome. Katie, we love you to death, and you know that. You've been around a long time, and I enjoy Katie a lot. Katie and Nick, thank you so much. Happy anniversary. And by the way, Katie has the coolest shirts.
Well, yeah, I mean, and she's also sent us several shirts, or I don't know about several, but at least a couple.
Yes.
And,
I love my shirt that you sent me.
We definitely like the
And that
shirts.
week down, we're catching up on laundry, and you guys all know how that goes sometimes, I'm sure.
Well, when you're down for an entire week,
you got a week's
things build up.
Yeah.
And they build up very fast.
Yeah. Yep.
Donnie, thank you.
But thank you so much, Katie, and God, we love having you around and talking The Walking Dead, and Just knowing you. Thank you so much.
Donnie wants to know how in the hell his mom gave us a card. She hardly knows you. She doesn't even have your address. I'm confused.
It's right over there, and I imagine
Does she explicitly say that she's Donald's mom?
It said Newton.
Well, not everybody with the last name Newton is related to Donald.
Oh, dear God.
Are you
sure?
It was Diane, right?
Yeah.
Maybe that's why you thought that.
Well, I'm sorry, Donnie.
Diane Newton, we appreciate your card that we got from you. If it was not your mom, Donnie, then it's somebody's mom. Either way, Diane, thank you very much.
We have a couple Newtons.
We have I would think that Newton might be like not a super common last name,
pretty common,
but
no.
like more so common than like
not
ours.
Smith common.
Maybe not Smith or like Johnson, but like, you know what I mean.
If you have my last name, on the other hand, that's pretty freaking common. Or not common.
But yes, just so that everybody knows, we have watched through episode 10
Lot to go over.
The Walking Dead. So episode 10, where we meet Jesus, and they're doing the supply run with, and Jesus keeps trying to steal the supplies. So
Right.
that is where we see. And can I just add? I know we do kind of want to stay on track as far as what order we're talking about things in, but can we talk for a second about Rick and Michonne? How I was shipping that like almost immediately, and guess what?
I didn't see that coming.
I love it, by the way.
And Lacey, this is the thing, and I've said this. When you start getting paired up, that's when someone dies. I do not like that. I mean...
Yeah. That is something that we were talking about. I think at the end of that episode.
I don't know if anyone else has thought the same way I do. But
anytime we've seen a couple, or when you get paired up, somebody from that pair dies. And that's why, I get a little worried about it, but at the same time, it's like, they're both really big characters. So if one of them does die, I don't see that being anytime soon. So I'm not really going to worry about
I
it.
just don't foresee anything.
To either one of them, honestly.
I didn't also expect them to, get between the sheets together, so to speak.
Oh, I
don't
know.
Did.
I don't know that I expected that, but I shipped it, and I thought it would be
Jesus was there at the end of the
awesome.
bed saying, "Hey, Rick, we need to talk."
Hey, Rick. I'm like, you're brave. You are so brave right now.
But lots to talk about. First off, so many people avoiding death during that whole chaotic. I had everybody frickin' dying. I had the nurse, what's her name?
Denise.
Denise.
I did too. I thought she was going to die.
By the hands of the wolf, I thought for sure.
And she didn't die in that episode, but she also didn't die in the next one, which is where she would have, by the wolf's hand, which was in the season 6, episode 9.
Those two strung together, yeah.
Which is basically when he ultimately ends up sacrificing himself to help her in the end.
And I think that's something we were actually going to talk about. I don't know if that was something that
I'm sure it's a question on here, and regardless, if it's not, we'll talk about it anyway.
Because it gave you that thing, like the Carol and the Morgan trail, where Carol was ending, Morgan was give him another chance.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, I was pro Carol on the whole choice of ending that dude.
As far as that particular dude, yeah, I was pro Carol too, in the sense that this guy, there ain't no, nah.
Right.
But with him, that was kind of, I think, I don't think that was the expectation. I don't think that was the normal thing to expect out of a character like that who kills. He kind of had the same mentality as like Morgan did back when Morgan was crazy
and clearing.
But even Morgan wasn't necessarily killing for sport. He wasn't sitting there, trying to explain it and laughing and, like
what the wolf
said. He was a little bit, but he wasn't smiling about it. He wasn't happy about it, it would appear. This guy and all the other wolves seemed like they were enjoying what they were doing.
Not just enjoying, people. It seemed like their mentality was that was their job to free people from this world.
And we're just taking what's left. But that is what Morgan's kind of mentality was too. He was clearing everything. Walkers, humans, all. But it wasn't something he enjoyed doing either. It was just something he was doing because he was like a robot. Go, go, go. You know what I mean?
Right.
Paxilus Invalitus, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Throwing money at you now before the gardening work dries up or freezes up over the winter. True that.
Where are you at?
He must be down south because
exactly.
freezes up for the winter. It's been freezing here for like at least a month.
Right.
At least.
Yeah. It's been really cold.
Yeah.
Really
for sure.
cold.
But
thank you.
Yes, thank you so much. But that I don't forget. Okay.
I'd rather be gardening.
You'd rather be gardening?
I'm coming down there.
I'd rather be in warmer weather, sure, but I don't know about gardening. But yes, these wolves, the way they thought about things, again, was similar to Morgan, but the way they went about it, too. Like, they went about it like, man, I am, like, super happy to be killing people right now. Like, at least the ones that we saw, like, they were sitting there laughing, maybe not laughing, but smiling and, like...
I think that's the crazy in them coming out.
And that might be the crazy in them, but then, but this guy there at the very end of his life, I don't know, like, even when he turned back, right, when he was running for the ladder, and then he saw that Denise needed assistance, like she was getting ready to get eaten,
right,
he turned back when he didn't need to.
No, I agree with you.
He could have just ran up that ladder and been gone.
I think you had more of a...
During the episode, I had
the change of heart.
I had more of a thought that he still needed her, and that's why he went back for her. But when I think about it, did he though? Did he really still need her beyond getting out of there? Like, because she had given him the IV and the medicine already.
Well, your whole thing was he was keeping her alive to keep him alive, and it was for his own good.
It was for him, yeah, exactly. It was for his health reasons. Anthony, thank you so much. Do you think Carol's threat to Sam triggered his mental decline, leading to his death and the death of Mom and Ron and the loss of Carl's eye?
That is a really good question.
It's a really good question.
Let's stop on that for a minute. Let's talk about that.
Carol's threat.
He was drawing the picture at the beginning of the scene.
Yes, but I don't know that triggered the start of his... Like, when he froze up, right? Like, he froze up there. I don't think that triggered that, but I think that played a part.
Oh, Lacey, I do. I certainly do. I really do. But I think that's where opinions are going to... I think
that maybe... And it might be. You're right. But I don't know that... It might have, like, been a little seedling, like we like to say. It might have put a little seed in his brain. Like, let's say, okay, she first says it to him and scares the shit out of him. That planted the seed, right? But it didn't it didn't trigger, like, some big thing happening. Like, I think that was kind of like when the wolves came in and attacked, and he stopped coming downstairs because of that, right? But then, because that happened, I think that he got more and more scared that, that is where that seed really started sprouting.
Well, see, I'm going to go a different route than you on this because I truly believe that after she had told him that, he was a kid's kid, okay?
Yeah.
Going around being a kid. And then after that little confrontation,
I feel
when
like he
Carol
was still
scared
kind
the
of.
ever living shit out of him.
Yeah, but he was still kind of being a kid after that. Nothing really changed after that. Like, he wanted to be around her more,
Well,
which was weird because she's the one that scared the shit out of him.
that's the only person he really was connecting. I mean, because she
Yeah,
grabbed
but
his attention.
He was still kind of before that. We didn't even really see what he was. Like you say, he was running around being a kid.
You could tell he was a kid's kid. I mean, you can tell by just how he was running around doing whatever he wants because he followed Carol into the armory. I mean, kind of doing whatever he wants, being a kid.
Yeah, because I mean, really, the only time we met him before that was, I believe, like when Jesse introduced him to Rick, right?
Yeah, and that was just, I mean, but it seemed like a kid. Just a kid like
Yeah.
Carl was when he was running around. You could tell he was just a kid.
Yeah.
And then all this traumatic stuff has happened. And now Carl's had to, well, that's another thing we need to talk about. There's so much. But no, I truly believe that Carol scared the ever-living shit out of him. And this played in to his psyche big time. Big time.
Yeah, I agree. But again, I don't think that completely like just started everything. I think it planted a seed, but I don't think he was really scared. Like, I mean, sure, what Carol said scared him in that moment. Sure, of course. But then I think the real thing that really started freaking him out to where he didn't even want to come downstairs was the fact that the wolves came in and started killing everybody. And then, yeah, like I saw one of you just mention, the fact that he saw that little kid Walker when they were walking in line, and because, again, that seed was planted and he was sitting there drawing, tied to a tree, like, that was festering in his head this whole time.
I'm gonna go at one more angle, okay, and then I'm gonna drop this. But when Carol
ESP87, thank you so much. Hello from Sweden. I have followed your reaction for some time, and I recently became a Patreon as Chris.
Awesome.
Keep it up, you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Chris.
from Sweden. Thank you. Definitely a place I want to visit. Definitely a place I want to visit.
I would agree.
Have many reasons. Anyway.
But your different angle. Okay.
My different angle, I do want to say this. When Carol said this to him, his first remark was, hear me out, I usually tell my mom, okay, once you break that barrier where he can't go and talk to his mom, or, because Carol obviously didn't want him to say.
Not about that.
Hold on. You scare a kid shitless, okay, and she says those kind of words, and basically, I can take you out and whatever, okay? Mm-hmm. And he's not going to tell his mom, where normally he probably could have went to his mom, and his mom could have reassured him and worked with him. From that point on, Lacey, he never had that communication with his mom.
I would agree with that.
And... Because
even when he destroyed the sculpture thing.
Yeah.
Like, Jesse's sitting there like, who did this? And it was him the whole time. Normally, I feel like maybe he would have done it initially, but he would have went to her, like, just shortly later and been like, it was me, Mom. Because he said, I tell my mom everything.
There you go. And a kid can be traumatized. I mean, I've seen things, and then also, through this movie,
yeah.
I think this did lead to
So
Anthony,
it was the beginning, maybe, of, like, the mental decline. And I could, now that you've said that, I think I can see that a little more because I didn't
Well,
really
she
think
would have
about
been
it.
think about that. A mother's, security and the whole blanket was taken away when she said, "I'll kill."
And I
You
don't
know,
think he felt safe with his mom.
well,
And that's why
who
even
would?
when Rick was having his mental freaking breakdown in the middle of the street,
And
like,
obviously,
who was Sam by? He was by Carol, not his mom. When that was all going on, he was hiding behind Carol.
true. Yeah, yeah.
So I'm saying, like, do you think that if Carol would have been in that line, that things wouldn't have happened differently? If Sam would have started freaking out a little bit, like,
He'd have listened to her, but the thing,
I think he
the
would have
fact of the
too.
matter is, he didn't realize how strong his mother was, and
he
she
hadn't seen any of that.
No, and we of course got to see her. I mean,
Yeah,
get her
but
ass kicked a little bit, but she fought. She ended up killing.
She killed, and then she's
Yeah.
also killed walkers after that. Like,
Yes.
she was really starting to get very strong, but he didn't see any of that
But
because
the-
he was too scared.
But the downfall of her was
Him.
him,
Yeah.
and it sucks because, you know,
Like,
it
I'm
just
sorry,
sucked.
she should
Yeah.
have freaking picked that kid up and draped her over his shoulders. You know what I mean? Like, he's just standing there.
Things were going 100 miles an hour at that point. Well, what had happened, and it should have happened.
No,
that
I
way.
mean, like, before he even got eaten, before he even got bit, like, he was sitting there not moving, and she's sitting there trying to plead with him. Like, at that point, when he's, like, things are starting to get, you gotta go. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Yeah, she should have picked his ass up and carried him. I'm sorry, that's just me.
Get her all
Hi,
wound
Jonathan.
up.
This is Aline. Oh, hello.
I can't see. You'll have to read because
Hello,
I can't see you
Jonathan.
over there.
From Aline. I was confused there for a second. But yes, now that you're like kind of pointing certain things out to me, I would have to agree that maybe that was kind of just those beginning stages of the mental decline. Was her freaking him the F out.
Well, yeah. And I think Carol at that point was done being the kid watcher or making things light on the kids. I mean, she had done that with Lily. And
She wasn't about to be that way anymore, though.
Right.
So she's like, but then she also knew that she had to say something that was going to freak him out to where he wasn't going to go tell his mom.
And it worked.
And it worked, but then she also kind
boy.
of forgot to think of the fact that this is a super young kid who's super impressionable.
Hi.
Yeah, can I help you?
So, yeah, jeez, Jenna.
She just stands there and
Stares
stares
at us. I'm like, jeez.
and we're like sitting there thinking she needs something, and she's like, no.
She's like
I'm
that
fine.
guy from that show.
Like, then why are you staring at
What's
me?
that show where he's always looking over the fence at Bob the Builder or whatever his name is?
Are you thinking of Home Improvement?
Yeah.
Wilson?
You never ever see Jenna.
Yeah, that's Wilson.
Yeah, that's Wilson,
But
our
even
daughter.
even Wilson showed his eyeballs. She won't even do that.
I won't do it.
Guaranteed. Okay, so yes.
Okay, so from there we kind of beat that one up, but I think it is good. That's a very good question.
It is, because there's a lot of different ways that can go.
Yeah, and the show leaves a lot to be interpreted, Lacey. So, I mean, how
Yes.
I might feel strong about a certain area of it, and we've talked about things and disagreed on things and agreed on things, but the biggest, I think the best part of the show is it's up to your interpretation, maybe how you were raised, how you were brought up, what you think is it's really neat in that respect, because you can give your
yeah, and you might not always remember
analysis.
things, and just like just now, you brought up things that I hadn't even really thought of when answering that question.
Oh, it's
and then I'm like, oh yeah,
once he asked that question, I knew exactly what I had thought in my head. I just needed to think of the words to put it out there a little bit better,
right, yeah.
I mean, I said, yeah, of course, I think it did. But once I got to explain, I think it worked out better. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
I know what you mean. Okay. Let's do another question here. What impact will Jesus' introduction to have on Alexandria? Is building trust worth it post-apocalypse with what our group has faced? Okay.
Ooh.
Can Alexandria rebuild its fences? Okay, so that's another question. So what about this new guy, Jesus? Is it worth putting your trust in somebody with everything they've been through?
I'm going to be honest with you, that's a really good question, and Lacey, you want me to answer, or?
I definitely think it's worth it, in my opinion, to have some trust. Yes, you need to have some level of trust, not just trust completely, but always, have a little bit like of a guard up, of course. And hold on a second. This is Taker's Girl. Thank you so much. Jesse should have made Sam go with Gabriel. She knew he wasn't strong, but Carol also played a part in making him freak out too. Yeah. Yeah. Jesse should have made him go with Gabriel.
I think we actually said that. Did we say that during that? Or did you edit that?
No, we definitely said that during the actual episode. That why are make him go with why?
Yeah.
Like he had done okay up until that moment, except for it would appear like when they first walked out, he said mom a few times, right?
Right.
But then it would kind of appear because that happened at the end of 6-7, right?
Yeah.
And then 6-8 comes, or no, or was, no. What?
You're freaking killing me here.
Okay. 6-8 at the end of that episode was when he was saying mom. And then at 6-9, then, it just kind of skipped ahead. It didn't really show him doing that until
the freak out.
And even then he wasn't saying anything. He was just frozen.
Right.
So, yeah, I probably still would have made him go with Gabe at that point.
Right.
But
I think there's...
Was there another one?
I thought I saw something.
Nope.
That was...
But yes, I agree. He should have gone with Gabe. So that's a good point. Taker's Girl for sure. But yes, you definitely... Going back to our original question about having trust in the apocalypse, in this situation, is it worth it? I feel like yes, because you need people. You always need people.
No, I agree with that. And I'll be honest with you, this Jesus guy, he seems like...
I like him. I'm sorry. I think I even say that during the episode, which you guys will see. But you need a guy like that on your team. He's crafty. I know I said that. I was like, he's a crafty sumbitch.
And smart in his actions.
He's smart and apparently a fighter because goddamn.
Well, he also got out of them ropes and on top of the truck and then...
Crafty.
Slick. He reminds me of a probably +5 Glenn.
I think you say that too, something along them lines. Is
Glenn
that he's like
Glenn,
a Glenn because he's crafty,
but maybe more badass.
But even more so, up a notch.
Yeah, but Glenn's pretty badass now in his own rights. I mean,
he definitely is, but I don't see Glenn being that good of a fighter, maybe. But even Glenn can we've seen Glenn get out of some shit he shouldn't have got out of.
I hate to even say that because Glenn has really came into his own. I mean, he's been dealing with people too now. And
no, exactly.
But this guy, meeting Glenn in the beginning and who he is now is two totally different people. Meeting this Jesus now, And I don't know what his whole intention or what his gig is because we don't know enough about him. I don't know where he's from. I don't know if he's with another group. Grabbing that much supplies, he has to be with a group.
Why would he need that many supplies?
If he's with a group.
That's what I'm saying. But but just like when Rick and Daryl asked him, do you have a group or something like that? He said no. Well, do you guys? And they said no. But
there you go.
You know dang well that's why he said no, is because you don't just say outright.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I got a group. Come on back.
Yeah, well,
you know?
Take me to him so I can get your stuff. No, he's not going to answer that.
Well,
honestly.
that's what I'm saying.
Not at that point.
Well, but I get the feeling like he's a decent person. Otherwise, there's so many different times that he could have done things he, shouldn't have done. Like, number one, he told Daryl to duck and shot the walker, right? Ryan, thank you so much.
Exactly.
Let's talk about Rashon. We talked about that at the beginning of the live stream, but we will definitely talk about it more later.
We haven't talked about it enough.
I agree, but we'll talk about it more.
It was a shocker for me. I'll say that much, and then we'll get into that.
Right.
But, yeah, that was a shocker.
Yes, this Jesus person, I definitely I get good vibes from him. He's obviously part of a group. Now, what can I say about this group yet? We haven't met him yet, so I don't know. So I can't say for sure if the group is going to be decent. I definitely don't think he's a part of the Negan group, right? Two different groups, in my opinion. Or at least I'm really hoping. But I feel like it's a different group if he is a part of a group. Which
I don't think he's a part of that group because that group seemed like they were pretty intent on, we're going to take your stuff, you're going to give it to us, you're going to give everything to us.
Yeah, but if you ran across one lonesome dude out there that was part of that group, do you think he'd be that way still with being by himself?
It doesn't seem like
or
that
would
group
he just try to survive
alone? Per se,
I
don't know enough about him.
Doubt that
I just don't know enough about him to. But I'll tell you one thing, because we're going to get to it anyway. Maybe it's in the questions, but I think the threat that's coming.
I believe that is a question.
After Daryl pulled the frickin' bazooka or the rocket launcher out and lit that group on fire.
I was like, wait a minute. Why did them people just explode? Steve's like, rocket launcher. And I'm like, holy shit, I kind of forgot that they even had that thing there for a second there.
I thought someone was getting shot.
No, I thought for sure.
I thought it would be Sasha.
Well, yeah, because she's the one that stopped him. So I thought for sure that she was going to, either that or both of them, but... Yeah, definitely at least.
But you didn't hear a struggle, nothing. And
that's
Daryl
what
has
I'm
that
saying.
dude knocked down but that was a surprise of it because we were like, what?
Well, yeah, because we're sitting there like the fact that Daryl and that one dude had went back there. After that, it kind of like left my mind, for a minute.
Well, it should have left your mind because Daryl was leaving two of his cohorts in front of people with automatic weapons.
Yeah.
We're
more concerned about that threat in that moment.
He's not going to risk them.
Yeah.
With the chance of them getting away.
You're more so thinking about what's happening right in front of our faces, rather than this is the biggest threat. So the fact that he's back there dealing with this one guy, I'm not going to think about that for a minute until I have to.
Well, the whole focus was on Abraham and her, about Abraham almost getting shot, Sasha saying wait, and then dude is like, you know what?
I'm not going to kill you. And then he's like, oh wait, yeah I am. And then
what? Yeah.
I'm like, what the F? Like, seriously? But no, I agree. That threat, whatever that threat is, because I know I was even speculating, like, how big do you think that group is? And that we think that it must be pretty big, right?
Well, they seem like
comparable to, like, Rick's and Alexandria.
I would say.
Or, like, a little bit bigger or, like, way bigger,
Well,
I guess that's the
whatever
question.
this dude is, they apparently think the world of him. Like, everything's about him.
So he's like a governor.
Yeah. But I think 10 times worse, hon.
Well,
I mean, I'm not going to lie. I think
guessing,
this is... I'll tell you what, a lot of people wanted us to watch that, and I'm not saying, that led me to believe this was going to be... But
a much bigger threat than maybe we've necessarily even had.
But watching the
before.
after credit scene and how many people wanted us to definitely watch that, and we watched that part, is like, holy shit.
A lot of people wanted us to make sure that we saw that. You know what I mean?
And I know the other foot is about to drop here soon, because it always does. And what an incredible show. I mean, I was on pins and needles the entire time these episodes were going on.
I totally agree. And Dave says, I just love Abe saying, chew on that as they leave.
That was freaking great.
Totally agree.
That was great. I love Abe's little, quips and whatnot.
Oh, yeah, because, and it makes it even funnier because the dude kept saying, like, chew, rinse, repeat, or whatever. Yeah. However, whatever the fuck F he was saying.
Yeah. Yep.
But yes.
Chew, swallow, or chew.
No, I thought chew, rinse, spit, repeat, or something like that. I don't know. I can't remember. But yes. Ultimately, is this Negan group going to be a bigger threat than, let's say, are they going to be comparable in, like, the Wolves, as in they were kind of like a wham bam thank you ma'am sort of threat, or like a governor where it spans over like a couple seasons? You know what I mean?
Well, I don't
or
know.
Even longer.
I can't tell you how long it's going to go. But I'm going to tell you right now, it seems in direct
comparison.
Well, it sounds again like we have a group with a different theory on things, and that's not going to fly well with the whole Rick and Company show.
Agreed.
Yeah. But back to Jesus real quick. Do I like him? Yeah, I think he's really unique, and
I like his character
I
so
hope
far.
to God he isn't a part of a bad situation, because right now I think we have enough coming right now that I'm kind of hoping this...
I feel, because, I mean, and again, we don't know how quickly or slowly any of these threats are going to happen. All we know is... Excuse me, sorry.
Take a drink.
Um...
Can I say my funniest part of these shows that we just watched was when Daryl worked so damn hard to get that orange crush back to Denise, and then he says,
"No, you're gonna ruin it. Don't say what I say during any of that, because you're gonna spoil it."
No, I'm just saying that was funny to me. That was funny to me about...
Oh, that he could never get it?
Yeah, he worked so damn hard to get it, breaking that thing open, and him and...
And then they all got destroyed.
That I'm just sharing that with him, because that, to me...
No,
he worked so damn hard. I'm not saying a word.
I have some things that I say during that episode that I think are kind of funny. They're probably not as funny as I think they are, but, they probably aren't, but let's face it. You always think yourself is the funniest, so...
Yeah, you do laugh at yourself a lot.
I do laugh at myself quite frequently. We don't have any orange pop here right now. I did think that was funny where she asked for pop, and Daryl was like, what the hell is pop?
Right.
And I was like, yep, you don't know what pop is. Oh, yeah. Soda, but yes. Yeah, I thought that was funny, but...
I don't know. Daryl seems to me like a sweet tea drinker, or a tea drink, a sweet tea drinker.
Well, I don't know about that.
That's what you drink in the South.
Well, yeah, but I don't know about...
What?
Sweet tea? I guess I just don't picture him drinking anything sweet.
Oh, just alcohol?
Just
What?
Katie Weber, thank you so much. What did you guys think of the opening scene of 6ix9ine with Daryl and the rocket launcher? By the way, that scene is my all-time favorite scene from Daryl. Great scene. Yeah, great, awesome scene. No, not right now, honey.
Hold on.
Yeah, the rocket launcher scene, badass, by the way.
Oh, yeah. He not only saved their ass there, he
But
saved
he
everybody's
ultimately
ass.
ended up saving everybody's ass at the end there.
I mean, he worked his butt off to get that gas going,
Yeah.
get it lit, or done. I mean, that was a beautiful scene. He saved the day. So
Agreed.
like,
I even say at the end there with him holding the rocket launcher, looking at the pond, and I was like, well, he does look damn good with a rocket launcher. I know I say that.
Yeah, I don't want to say much about what I say about that part, but it does remind me of someone else
Anthony,
earlier.
yes, we do know that Jesus is in Prodigal Son. I think I even say that during the episode.
Yeah.
And I said it just a little bit ago, too. I said it was Malcolm from Prodigal
He's
Son.
a great actor, man. He's a very damn good actor.
No, I totally agree. Yeah. Ava. Okay. Let's go to some other questions. I missed a super chat. Craig is texting me, my manager. Let me go back up. Hold on. I don't think I did though.
It might have scrolled right past you, like
I mean, it's
updated.
possible. Ryan's The Walking Dead channel. I did say that one. Let's talk about Rashone. I remember talking about that. Taker's Girl. Yes.
By the way, Taker's Girl, if you're still here, love you so much.
If I missed your super chat, I apologize.
I wonder if
I didn't mean to. If I did.
Well, sometimes it scrolls past. But
Donnie, just a reminder. I know you're busy, but don't forget to catch up on my story. I'm missing you on there. Whenever we get the time, Donnie boy.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Donnie.
And
In all honesty, this last week when Lacey was sick, nothing. The world stood still around here, so we haven't had time to breathe, or to do anything. To be honest.
Yeah. See, I knew I didn't miss that one, Craig. He's like, "You're good." That was the one I thought you.
But
missed.
yeah, Donnie, we're definitely gonna check it out. In fact, I was looking at something today on my phone. Until I got busy doing some other stuff. But yeah, we're definitely gonna check it out.
How do we think Rick and Michonne's relationship evolve after taking this step in intimacy?
How do I think it'll evolve?
Well, they'll obviously get married and have like 3 more kids, and
you know what? I'm gonna be really honest with you. I mean,
well, we all know how you feel already, Steve. Is that whenever there's a duo, whenever there's a pairing up, one of them goes.
This is where you go wrong, Lacey. This is where you go wrong. I was totally going to say something totally off of that.
All right, then go ahead with
Don't predict what I'm going to say. You might have been with me several years now, but you don't know what I'm going to say. You don't know. You just don't know.
Okay, then what?
So, anyway, I really like how Lacey got me off.
He lost his train of thought.
So, what Lacey was saying, yeah, I have said that in previous, just earlier, okay? I wasn't going to repeat it again. What I was going to say is, I do like the fact that they're together. I think,
agree, but where do you see it going?
Well, hold on, I'm getting there. So, I really like the fact that Michonne is in love with Judith, and she loves Carl. Mm-hmm. You can just tell. And then
definitely, I agree.
And then when they were hooking up or whatever, I mean, it looked natural. It looked natural, and it felt right. So where do I see this going? I see them being a very strong first lady, or vice versa.
Okay.
First man, first lady. Like kind of running, running things. And
so you're saying you feel like it's going to last? Is that this is not just a temporary thing?
No,
it's not just until the next, Jesse comes along.
No. And
I don't see that either.
Rick's not, and first off, Rick's not built that way. He's
not. He's
not one to go late. And you could tell at the beginning of the episode, when she was in her robe, she felt very comfortable being in that. And they kind of did a high five, and it was kind of a slower graze. Like, I could see something there. And I didn't really say much of it,
I remember looking back and forth at you like, what's happening? Like, is something happening here?
Well, you can feel it. And if you rewatch this episode or whatever, you'll see that there's definitely something there that will definitely make you go, this shit's going to happen. It's probably going to happen.
Like, even when, like, I remember, like, even at the end of the episode, like, before any of that happened, she just sat down next to him.
Yeah,
like, I remember you looking over at me like, there's something's happening. Well, I don't know what it is, but something's happening.
They were very, very comfortable. And when they took that step,
but then when he's, like, lingering on, like, and they start holding hands, I was like, aw, shit.
Yep.
And I don't want to give you guys too much.
And then, of course, at the end of the show, they're in bed, and everything's real nice and solemn, and they look cute laying there together, all naked. And
all of a sudden, we hear, Rick.
Had to ruin the damn moment. I'd be pissed.
I know you would. Steve be jumping up naked too. Like, what's happening? What?
No, it's just it was funny. It was good. I'm glad that those two have each other, and maybe that's part of what Deanna was saying to Michonne.
Was find your happy.
And she did.
Find what you, like, what do you need? And maybe that is
maybe Rick
what...
and Carl and...
She needed to find her family. Not just, I want to make this place better. Yeah, that's all good and well, but what about you?
But don't you kind of like how that kind of fed into actually her maybe finding her happy place in this life?
Yes. Dave Cannon, thank you so much. The moment Rick and Michonne bonded in the episode Clear, the Morgan episode, we all knew it was going to happen.
Not what?
I mean, let's
not me.
Be real.
I didn't see that.
I don't know if I felt that it was going to happen for sure just by that episode. But just in seeing the way Michonne is, definitely in last season. Season 5, I definitely started seeing things like as far as how Rick, like, kind of takes her very seriously. And, like, she's really the only one that can kind of tell him, no, this is what we're doing, and have no sort of resistance.
She also hit him in the head at the fight. And
well, yeah.
But hold on. Let's think about this for a minute. I often say Carol and Daryl, and you're like, oh no. Well, what's the difference between Daryl and Carol? Then, am I saying, come on, give me a bone here. I kind of shit. What's wrong with my idea that I thought
I never said that there's something wrong with that idea. I'm saying I don't think that is right, and I don't think that that's going to happen. Doesn't mean it's not ever going to happen. I'm just saying it's not good. I don't think it's going to happen.
Well, I didn't think it about.
Thank you, girl. Eating pizza and just thinking how awesome you two are for loving my show. By the way, why couldn't I see Rick's bootay? I don't know.
I thought the same about Michonne.
Did we get to see anybody's booty?
No.
We've seen Andrea's.
We got to see their...
in the past, but have we seen anybody else's?
I don't think we saw Andrea's, did we?
Oh, we definitely saw Andrea's. I'm surprised you
on
even
AMC?
Forgot. Yeah, she was wearing some thongs. Don't worry.
Oh, come on.
But it's still her booty.
That's like a swimsuit.
When she was putting her thongs back on after she had done hooking up with Philip. You don't remember that?
No. It's been so long since I've seen it.
I'm surprised. No, but there's a difference between Carol and Daryl being more of like what I just picture as a like very platonic love. Like they have a deep love for each other. They didn't need to bang it out to know that they had that deep love for each other.
Well, I didn't think Michonne or Rick had that either.
But I don't think they had that deep love for each other either before they banged it out, right? I'm just saying, there's a difference there. I can see it. Maybe a lot of you other people can see it. But, you sometimes miss things, Steve.
I don't miss nothing.
Okay, questions. Is love worth it post-apocalypse? Ooh. That's kind of playing into that Rishon sort of question. Is love worth it?
Well, as I said, I and Lacey was going to repeat what I always say. When they couple up, someone dies.
Well, that's in this show in particular, but just period. In the apocalypse,
it's worth
it.
Well, I'll tell you what. In a real apocalypse situation, I think, yeah, it would be worth it.
Gives you something to fight for, I think, maybe.
Yeah.
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 Let's see. Do you think Rick's group can try and rebuild society with law and order? I definitely... I do, but let me see here. Okay. Will Rick try to rebuild society with law and order? That's kind of what I feel like this whole storyline with Carol and Morgan is ultimately going to lead to, right? Is they need to have a better way than just kill first, think later. You know what I mean?
Well, it's weird that they asked that question because when Rick and Daryl were in the car together and talking about giving a guy a chance or and stuff like that.
Daryl was saying, you were right. And Rick was saying, no, you were right. Yeah.
So I do see that being maybe a focus of Rick's, not to be so... Because he saw that the people of Alexandria... Even though he was pro his group and, hey, we need to take care of our own because these people can't handle it, basically. And right. he would have let him kind of go down. I mean, kind of changing his mind and changing his own tune. And now he's changing it a little bit more. So, yeah, I do think that's a really good question. I think that, I think that law and order would be a good thing and having some... And I think he's the man to do it. If anyone.
I agree. Now, is that coming anytime soon? I don't know. But I definitely feel like this whole thing happening right now, with the whole, I don't like to kill, I like to kill everything. I feel like that's ultimately where this is going to lead, is that they're going to have to find that happy medium.
Well, this Alexandria experiment and them getting together is probably the closest that Rick's had been able to set something up like that. Now...
Yeah, he wouldn't have had that before.
Now, I don't know if that's going to be something that plays into, or whatever, to what's coming, but I have a feeling that there's something bigger on the horizon that's going to really... That
might kind of sidetrack
I got a pit in my stomach that something's coming, and it's going to be big. And I just don't know what in the hell it is. I just do. You don't kill that many people. And they're that well armed without having some kind of repercussion.
Oh, there's definitely going to be some sort of repercussions. I mean, yeah, like I said, whoever this person is not going to be very happy about the fact that, there had to have been, at least 10 guys there.
Well... And the thing of it is don't get me wrong, they deserved what they got because they were going to kill one of them, and they made that very well known. So they got what they deserved. But, then again, here we are in the apocalypse. An eye for an eye is never just enough. It's
right.
An eye for an eye plus two or four more eyes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're going to need it. I don't know. But I think shit's going to go down, and it's not going to be good.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not looking forward to whatever.
Speaking of an eye for an eye, when Carl got shot in the frickin' eye, I about lost my mind.
Well, and again, we're not going to give any spoilers away to our reactions because we don't want to spoil you guys to our reactions. But yes, Steve definitely lost his shit. Anthony, thank you so much. What do you think of Dwight? Do you think he alerted Negan's group?
Who do you think of who? What?
The only reason I know who you're talking about is because Nicole told me who Dwight was, and that was the guy who left or robbed Daryl. That was the guy that robbed Daryl. So that's how I know who Dwight is. Otherwise, I'd be like, who the F is Dwight? But Nicole told me that his name was Dwight.
The guy who took his crossbow.
Yeah, that robbed him.
And then...
But I was not 100% sure if he was going back to that group or if he was just leaving. You know what I mean? Like, so did he let them know? I don't know, because I don't even know if he went back to that group or if he just took off to go. Like, I remember Daryl asking, like, are you going to go back there? But I just thought he was wanting to take the bike and leave because he just started not trusting Daryl at that point. So, oh, what, Jenna? So that's that would be my answer is I have no idea. If he did go back there, would he? He didn't seem like he was on really good terms there, so probably not, but who knows?
I'm sorry, I couldn't pay attention. I had to send a message.
But even then, he can say, oh, hey, I ran across a guy who might have a group. But he wouldn't have any information about the group, like where it is, or like how many people are there, or anything other than I ran across a guy who might be a part of a group. You know what I mean? That's not really enough information to go on.
I just don't know, much about that guy.
Well, I don't know anything about him either. That's why I'm saying I don't even... alive. He is lucky to be alive because Daryl should have probably freaking popped him one. Okay, next question. How do you think Carl will react to Michonne and Rick? And also, what are our thoughts on Gabe and Eugene after 6-9? I think Carl will be totally cool with Michonne and Rick. He already likes Michonne, a lot. And I don't think he'll give a care less in the world about the fact that Rick and Michonne are banging it out.
Well, it's weird that you asked that question because I didn't want to think it, but now my head's kind of thinking a little bit more into it. No, I think Carl will be more than happy because he knows that, he loves Judith, she loves Judith. They both care about each other. Yeah, I think things are cool there. I really do.
Yeah, and he wants his dad to be happy too, why not, right? Why not?
Yeah, and I would think if anyone was to get with him, he would think that would be okay. I'd be shocked any other way.
Right.
Yeah. Now, Gabe.
Oh, Gabe and Eugene. Both Gabe and Eugene, after seeing 6-9 and how they both kind of stepped up at the end of that episode.
Now, I don't know who asked that question, but I will say this.
Mike Mann.
Mike Mann. So, Gabriel, I made it very clear how I feel about him. I didn't like him.
Right. He definitely stepped up in that episode. 6-9.
Yep.
Definitely stepped up. Definitely is trying to prove something to Rick by, hey, look, I'm going to keep Judith safe.
That's what I'm supposed to do.
Yes. And then at the end of the episodes, actually taking a weapon and going out and helping instead of being, a wuss and
yeah, I feel kind of bad.
I
feel pretty bad about
say hi to my baby Terrain. I probably said that wrong. She is listening in. Hi, baby Terrain.
Hi, Terrain. How are you?
I probably said that wrong, and I apologize if I did.
I can't read that. I can't
but
see
yes,
that far
he
away.
definitely stepped up. He's definitely got something to prove with the entire group, and the fact that he did, kept Judith safe. He did, and 2, stepped up at the end there and joined all the badasses in protecting the town and not just,
Yeah.
hiding
I mean,
out.
what else?
And Eugene as well.
What
Eugene
else
did that
could I
as
say
well.
about that? I mean, I really thought he was a coward and a deceit. I just figured he was worthless, and I'm kind of glad Rick shunned him the way he kind of did, because I mean, he didn't kill him, but
he made him he made him know and like see that what you did was shady AF, dude. Like, I get it, you were, fucked up mentally from the shit you did and the things you had seen since meeting us. But dude, like, that was shady. But yes, he realized his errors and he's starting to kind of come around. I'm starting to think he might be okay. Going forward, he's still got some road to climb here.
yeah,
But so far, he's okay. I don't want to punch him anymore.
He took a very huge step in my eyes, just by
keeping Judith's and offering to.
Yeah.
Like, I'm telling you right now, like, I will keep her safe.
And it was nice that Rick said what he said at the end to him. It was one word, thanks. But I think that meant
that you're off the shit list, at least for now. Well, if you
can do this,
if you can do this and keep her safe, well, number one, he better. And then I know I remember saying that several times, like, you better fucking keep her safe. I thought,
here we go again. I thought that was the worst decision.
No, I'm sitting there thinking he's going to somehow, like, take a run for it or something and, like, leave with Judith. Or, who knows?
Or drop the baby as bait, like,
and to save himself. Yeah, to
like
save
Shane
himself.
Did, what's his name? Cletus, or whatever his name was. Eugene
as well stepped up at the last minute, has been pretty much steadily cowardly throughout the entire thing, other than the moment when he saved Tara's life. He stepped up in that moment, and he stepped up in this moment where he realized, I can't, you know what? I gotta do something here. Like, I gotta help out.
And I think he is pulling his weight. It seems like he's into the horticulture business. About the sorghum or whatever.
The sorghum.
I don't know why I mentioned that, but it seems as if now
I thought you were talking about, like, maybe he smoked some pot on the side. I don't know.
You don't remember the sorghum?
I remember that, but just as far as when you said that,
they can make crops amazing. I still don't know what sorghum is, and I live in a freaking farming area.
Pretty sure I told you that sorghum is a crop, and you still don't believe me.
Is sorghum a crop? I thought it was some kind of fertilizer.
Pretty sure it's a crop.
I don't know.
It's some sort of plant.
I don't know. Maybe someone's going to put something in the comments.
I'm sure they will. I'm sure somebody will tell us. But while we're waiting for them to tell us, let's see what other questions.
But I didn't like the fact that Eugene, was kind of standing over there. And once again, they had to, like, I was like, dude, move or do something. And he just stood there. I was like, you're going to get seen. Because I am a kind of a Eugene fan. I do like him. I mean, some of the things he says is really weird, but I'm enjoying his character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sky Rose, the Coda episode when Beth passed away should be good now. It did have a block on it, but I did dispute that, and it got released. So that episode should be good to go now. Like, I don't know when you last checked, but should be good to go.
Yeah. Yeah, you even told me that.
Yes, it's a crop. Yep, I've seen that a couple times. It's a grain you can use for flour. Yeah, so it's basically like a flower, basically.
You can use for flour? What? I'll look it up.
Sorghum.
I'll look it up. Well, if it's
a crop that grows out of the ground like flour, but it's like a flour. Like you can like make breads and shit out of it.
You make breads and shit out of it?
Breads and shit.
Well, how in the hell am I supposed to know? I'm not a bread maker.
Well, I'm not either, but I least kind
I know
of
how to toast
knew
bread.
that it was a crop. You do know that. Okay, let's see a question here. Courtney. I just want to know if we saw Rashone thing coming, which we did talk about.
I didn't,
also,
obviously.
Let's see.
But I like it.
Also, do we agree or disagree on people still trying to recruit others to join the community, or is it a bad idea? I think we kind of answered that already too, didn't we?
No, I think it's a good idea, but I think that they should get more people because that's what it's all about.
Yes. Me too.
But
I think there needs to be a little bit better of a recruiting process than how many walkers have you killed, how many people have you killed, and why. I think those are all great questions, but maybe add upon those questions and maybe have like an integration period where, you know, like people are on like kind of like a probationary period. You know what I mean?
Yeah, how are they?
Like, don't just hand them weapons right away, right? You know, like, maybe that's a little risky.
No, I agree. I think a introduction period would be great in a situation like that.
Oh, it looks like I have devil ears, does it?
She has
Halo
that.
or devil ears.
She has that.
That's our ring lights shining off of the little fireplace back there.
Yeah.
Let's see. From Sophie.
Sophie, who's that?
Sophie. You know who Sophie is.
I know.
Who has had or who do you see having your favorite character arc so far? Okay.
Let you go first.
That's a question in of itself.
I know what mine is.
Who has a great... Well, definitely Daryl. Because he's going to be the last one alive.
I was going to say Carol.
Really?
Imagine that, Daryl and Carol.
Hey. No, but I agree. I would say as far as what character has grown the most, I would say Carol.
Yeah.
I definitely think Daryl has grown. Maybe not the most like Carol, but I definitely think he has grown like a lot.
No, I'll tell you what, he's grown a lot.
I know he
in
has.
his
That's what I just said.
in his interpersonal skills with everyone from where he was at.
Yeah.
I mean, it's great if you were to rewatch this again, like from the beginning to where we're at even.
Well, definitely there's been a big change, but if I'm thinking overall from day one, you know,
Carol.
And like, yeah, Carol. But then as far as the character arc that I have just personally enjoyed the most, I would say Daryl. Mm-hmm. With Carol being a close second behind that.
Well, Carol, used to get slapped around and used to do laundry. I haven't seen her do a load of laundry.
I haven't seen her do a single load of laundry. She's
out there baking cookies just to...
She's baking cookies. I'm sure she is doing laundry.
She's baking
we
cookies
just haven't seen her doing it.
To undermine people to get into their house, to stick knives in their eyes and up to their throats.
Agreed.
She's a badass,
I can almost guarantee you she's done a load of laundry since being in Alexandria.
No, she has. She probably let that little kid do it.
At least for herself.
She probably let that little kid do that.
Definitely.
Do all the damn laundry.
Definitely. Okay. Next question.
Whose death did I enjoy the best out of this? Ron.
Did I ask a question?
No, I'm answering my own question.
Oh, yeah.
Whose death did I enjoy the most out of these episodes that we watched?
Okay.
Ron. Because that son of a bitch.
That was I don't know that I'd call that enjoyable, but I would say it was definitely warranted in that moment because he was definitely going to kill somebody right there. And the fact that he almost killed Carl.
Carl should be dead.
He should be dead.
I still don't know how in the hell he's alive. Because when you shoot someone in the frickin' eye, that's soft, man. That's not like a frickin', a piece of bone. That's, I don't know how in the hell that happened.
And I think you don't look at Patreon really, but no, because I had posted up the full reaction of that episode earlier, like several hours ago on Patreon, and we do have some answers to that on there.
Well, you didn't share it with me.
In regards to how that kind of happened, in the sense, basically at the angle it was going, it kind of, I don't know, I can't remember now, but it's because of the angle, and it mostly like hit his cheekbone or something, and then I don't know. I'll read it to you when
can I be honest? All I see is a patch on his eye, and unless Carl, and I don't remember him having bulging eyes that could have glanced off his eyes like a pair of glass. I mean,
well, it's just the angle it was going. It took his eye. And like maybe like the side of his eye socket or something. I don't know.
I could have probably dealt better with, I don't know, something. I don't know.
The bullet hit the edge of his eye socket, and the bone exploded into his eyeball, and that's why he lost his eye. That's why the eye was gone. Because remember, like during the episode, I say like I feel like I saw the bullet in the eye because I saw something shiny right in the middle there, like it was metal. And maybe it was a piece of bone. I don't know. I mean, I don't feel like that'd be shiny.
Well, look, I'm cool with it.
But maybe I was just really hoping,
no matter what out of it, I see what you're saying. Mm-hmm. And thank you for that. With that being said, I'm fine with it. It didn't bode well with me that he got shot in the eye and somehow he's still alive.
Yeah, because when you see that, you don't generally think, oh, you're going to be fine.
But trust me, I was cool as hell.
Like, you're sitting there thinking you are dead.
Thank God.
Well, yeah, alive. Because everything behind your eyeball is pure, like, goo.
It's going straight through
into your brain, right? Like, there's nothing hard to block that path.
No, so, it's all, it's nothing. It's nothing.
It's apple pie. Apple pie. Okay, next question. Ask then, what do like soft as apple pie?
I know what you're saying, but that was...
have you ever seen American Pie?
I have.
What they think of there being... What do we think about there potentially being other well-established communities out there? And do we think that the focus of the show will change at all? Like, will it ever be more than just about surviving? That I don't see how it could change from...
Will ever be more than surviving?
I mean, they're always going to be surviving, right?
No,
always.
I don't see it. I feel that...
Walkers are always going to be a threat. I feel like other people are always going to be a threat, at least... for the most part.
Surviving is always going to be an issue from here on out because anytime someone dies, you're going to have that risk of someone getting bit again or, because people die all the time.
That's always going to be the main...
Survival's always going to be an issue.
Yeah.
Even if... Yeah. Read that question one more time, just so I make sure I answer that right, because that was a good one.
Well, it was two questions, but that part was, do we think that the focus of the show will change at all? Like, not that it's not all about surviving.
No,
I think the general focus of the if you change the focus of the show of not being about surviving anymore, then it's not The Walking Dead anymore, right? In my opinion.
No, that's pretty smart, yeah. I
said that. Maybe they can make it, but I don't know. How would it be The Walking Dead if the focus is not about surviving at that point, or making the world a better place to survive, or easier place to survive?
Well, I feel that as long as there isn't any kind of structure, or really, like we had the question earlier about laws and stuff like that. As long as you have rogue people out there.
I feel like you're going to always have that, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's going to be
It's about
super
power.
difficult. Yeah, somebody's always going to want to have that power and that upper hand.
And that sucks because, I mean, you know...
Well, and that kind of plays into the first question is, do we think that there's other well-established communities out there? Well, we know there are for sure. At least this Negan group is a community in of itself. Now, what that consists of, we don't know. We're pretty sure that this Jesus guy is a part of a community. If they're in a community, you can almost guarantee that there's other sort of communities out there somewhere.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
I mean, they couldn't have found the only community, right? Like, that's almost impossible.
I think there's groups out there. I think there's groups, and then there is
other
settlements.
Communities and settlements.
But everything is different. I mean, like when they came in Alexandria, no one had a freaking clue what was going on outside because they were babyfied.
Which I think would be a little bit rare in this situation, to have a group like Alexandria where they were pretty sheltered.
Oh, no,
For the most part, they were very sheltered. I think that you probably do have groups like that out there, but few and far between. I think most of the groups or settlements or communities or whatever out there are going to at least have quite a bit of experience in dealing with things and different ways of dealing with things.
We've ran across so much in this little bit of time we've, even been in the show, with how the governor's people acted, how the people of Terminus act. I mean, we saw the wolves and what their theories were, and
I wouldn't really I would consider them like rogue. Like, I wouldn't consider them a
group. It's still a group. I mean,
they're a group, but okay, when we're thinking about like settlements,
go back to the question.
Like, they stay in one place, sort of thing. You know what I mean? Or they have one home or one general home.
Well, the question was, I was answering it because I think there's groups out there, because there is.
Right.
There's singles out there, very few and far between, but, I mean, mostly you're going to find them in little groups that are still out there on their own, as we've seen.
Right.
And, like Morgan coming upon the one gentleman, and, little things like that along the way.
Right.
But, do I think there's other areas? Yeah, but I think... I think the things that they're running into is people with very different ways of, it's almost like a dictatorship.
It's going from like one extreme to another extreme. They haven't really found a solid sort of settlement group place that is like just decent, like Alexandria is good and decent, but they were like 5 seconds away from all dying without Rick's help, right?
Oh, yeah.
So one extreme, right? Way down here at the bottom. And then you got the other extreme of like, oh, we got cannibals. Oh, we got a dictator who will murder everybody, even his own people.
A dictator? Is that what you said?
I said a dictator. But okay, sure. a dick eater, or, I don't know. No. Dictator that will kill everything and everybody, including his own people.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have, what other groups? Is that it? And then the wolves, which, of course, kill everything and everything with no questions asked. I mean, literally, you're running into... Oh, and then the claimers, who were rapists and pedophiles and, might have had a code, but only within their own group, Didn't apply to anything else,
But think about that. If you're out on your own and you're doing this and you run into a group and they kind of have a code, you kind of follow along until... Eventually, you get broke of, someone stands up.
And I can imagine, a Daryl, easily integrating into that group if he had to, if he had no other choice.
Or if he hadn't ran into the group he did.
I don't think a Daryl would be.
I think Daryl would have fit in perfect with Merle and him.
He wouldn't have been cool with the whole raping and pedophilia, raping
his brother
kids.
Probably would have. Merle
would have done what he had to survive. He wouldn't have given a shit. But Daryl would have literally like went out and get guns blazing. I feel like he wouldn't have cared. He would have saved that, or tried to save, even if he had to go out doing it. Kind of like he almost went out saving Rick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Well, and Carl. What that goofy look on your face, Ava?
I don't know the video, but you guys don't let me.
Jenna's finding out about beans. What's happening? What's happening in the comments right now? All I'm seeing is something about beans. And Jenna's gonna find out about some beans.
Bees? I want to comment in the video.
Anyone else stop listening? Really, you guys aren't even listening to us. You're more concerned with beans in the comments.
I don't know what the hell beans are.
Beans, like the magical fruit. The more you eat, the more you toot.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's something happening.
There,
Just bean stuff. That's all I looked over and I see just bean stuff. All right.
beans.
And something that had to do with Jenna because she's in the comments apparently.
Wait, what did she say? I just saw her,
Okay, Ava.
And Craig said, and it went viral.
oh, someone
Parent-
said, hey,
apparently.
Ava, thank you. Whatever.
You want to say hi real quick? Real quick.
Hello, everyone.
Everyone-y.
Yeah.
You need to brush your teeth.
Hello, everyone-y.
And you gotta wash your face.
Everybody. Get the oh, Craig wants to see the cats.
The cat is asleep right there.
Where's Simba? He wanted to see Simba.
Upstairs.
Will you bring Simba
Yeah.
down? He said we better show Simba on camera tonight because nobody's ever seen Simba yet.
So yeah, these like I said, these shows that we watched, I've really been enjoying the show a lot more, even more so than I did before.
I would agree with that.
It seems
Yeah.
like I cannot wait until we watch the next one. In fact, if we get done here, I'd love to watch one. But that's the great thing about being behind is we can actually, if we decide to watch a few shows or whatever, and we don't have to wait a week or whatnot to watch the show.
Well, yeah. I mean, granted, we never really have to wait a week, but we generally end up having to because we have so much other stuff we have to do
true.
before that. And it kind of, like, if we said, you know what, F it, I'm going to watch one, then that's going to put all of our other stuff behind.
No, Lacey, I know that. I'm just being honest. You know what I mean? I love the show so much that it's
Here's Simba.
getting so good.
He's a chubby little kitty cat. I love to touch him.
Yes, Anthony, we are. I don't know if we're enjoying the kitty litter, but it's definitely coming into handy. I mean,
Yeah, especially-
he's enjoying it.
The kids tried to clean the litter box or whatever, and so a lot of kitty litter got used.
Yeah, yeah.
Cause Simba eats a lot, and he
Say, yeah, he does his thing.
Do you guys like Simba? He's a cute little kitty.
Why are
He's-
you holding
he's-
him by his neck?
He's not wanting to be held right now, of course. Let's see. Dave Cannon, thank you so much. I sent an image to y'all through the Facebook page and through Instagram of Comic Carl after his eye shot for comparison to the show.
Okay,
For comparison, we will take a look at that.
I'll check it out. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Thanks for saying. Yeah,
Definitely.
I'll be checking that out.
I
when we
haven't
get
checked
out of here.
Instagram yet today, and I rarely check it every day. I usually check it like, I don't know, a couple times a week maybe.
Facebook, I'm usually getting on
Maybe.
there. Well, not when you were sick, but I was getting on every day. It hasn't, I mean, we don't have a whole lot on there, but the people that do send stuff and whatnot.
Yeah, you need to get on that shit.
I just explained why.
I know, I'm saying
right.
you need to get on that shit. They have we have our Savannah cats. See how cute he is? Baby's over there sleeping right now, and she looks really comfortable. I don't want to move her. But she basically looks like him. Just, he looks a little bit more, like she's kind of more faded. Like her spots are a bit more faded than his.
His are a lot more pronounced.
Very pronounced.
Yeah.
And he's got like gray undertones in his fur, where she's more orangey. Do they play fetch? Yes.
Yeah.
Well, Simba definitely does. He's like all about playing fetch. Like he loves playing with balls, just like dogs. And Baby, she's not really into any of that jazz.
But she's very curious, and she will follow you everywhere.
She'll follow. Yeah, she's like
Everywhere.
She's definitely like a dog in that respect. That she will follow you everywhere you go, and you have to give them a lot of attention. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
They want to be where you are.
I'm going to be honest. I've never had a cat before, so this is new to me. But pretty cool so far.
I mean, Simba is fast too. Like he is, when he's upstairs playing, literally it's like zoom, zoom, zoom. Like that's all I hear. Mm-hmm. And like Baby's not really like that so much. She's kind of more chill, you know.
But she can move.
She can move.
Yeah.
She's fast, but she's not quite as like fast, and like he really loves playing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Dennis says, missed our reactions lately. Stop getting sick. I know. Can you need to get on this. Help me stop getting sick.
Well, you should have got your flu shot.
I should have. I haven't had a flu shot in a long time, though. And I get the flu every year, so go figure. But yeah, no, I agree.
What am I missing?
I hate getting sick.
I feel like I'm missing something from the show because I had so much on my mind.
Well, that's all my questions I had. That
Yeah, but I almost feel like I'm missing something from the.
Jess just became a patron. Thank you, Jess. Awesome.
Jess.
Make sure you check out our Discord too.
We'll definitely be on Discord after we're done here. Yep.
And
we'll be done pretty soon, okay, honey? Every time after we do a live stream here on YouTube, we always get in Discord for, quite a while, honestly. I mean, last time Steve did it, but I think he fell asleep, didn't you? Or something?
I'm pretty sure I was in there for quite a while.
The last live stream we had, I know that I was in there for most of the time.
Well, I was in Discord before we got on
but
here.
It was because you fell asleep.
I had to make supper real quick. And then...
Right. But after every live stream, we always get in, and we're in there for at least like a couple hours.
It's kind of a nice place
to chat with everybody, and it's a lot more like one-on-one because there's obviously not as many people in there as a live stream where it's going like super quick like this,
Mm-hmm.
To where we can kind of see everything more and answer your questions or just talk or whatever. What else?
Right. Yeah.
What else?
Talk shows that we're doing. So some of the shows that we're doing right now, I'll just go ahead and let's kind of talk about. Oh, you got someone popping up here.
Takers girl, thank you so much. Got to get to bed. Always love joining in on the Walking Dead chats. Missed you guys last week. So glad Lacey is better. Can't wait for the next episode. Love you guys. We love you too, Takers girl. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you, and thanks for coming by and also letting us know you're heading off. But have a great week,
And just to get an FYI to some of you people, the schedule that I posted up on last Monday, on the day that I was started my getting sick, that schedule is not going to be final, right? So there's been a few changes since then. So The Walking Dead going forward, starting, first of the year. Or not the first, I believe our new schedule is going to be starting January 6th or something like that.
Yeah.
I believe that was right. The Walking Dead will be going down to only twice a week. So I know a lot of you are going to be yelling at me right now, and I'm sorry, but
explain why.
There's a couple different reasons why, right? So I love giving you guys The Walking Dead 3 times a week. Absolutely love it. But the reason, number one reason is because we want The Walking Dead to kind of end up like as season 11 is starting. So, or kind of near there, like as close as possible to it.
Mm-hmm.
And with doing it twice a week, we would come in like just a few months before that. So that would that's pretty good, right? Like, I think so. And then the main reason for me that I had was doing the schedule that we've been doing with 5 to 6 videos per week is kind of daunting, right? Because we have a lot of stuff that we do, right? We do a ton of stuff on Patreon that people on YouTube don't even really get to see, but every week we put out like a ton of content. Now, as far as editing and stuff goes, like a lot of those is not really that big of a deal. But when it comes to actual edited shows, it's very time consuming.
So, okay.
And
But go ahead. I'm just saying.
He's trying to cut me off again, you guys. I'm just saying it gets to be a bit much at times to where I can't really do everything that I want to do. So, got to cut it down a little bit, at least on my end. But we're not going to be cutting down on content, period, here on YouTube. Because, again, starting in January, we are going to be bringing you the 100, which is going to be a once a week sort of thing on YouTube. I haven't finalized any days or when that's going to go up yet, what day it is. But yep, we have an additional helper, aka American Mom, who is going to be helping us with the 100 and getting those episodes edited. So that will free up a lot of time for me.
We'll also be doing Stranger Things.
Well, and of course, Stranger Things. Vikings. So basically, we're going to have 4 shows, right? Whereas The Walking Dead is going to be the only show that we do on YouTube that is going to be twice a week. The other three shows are going to be once a week. So
it goes Walking Dead 2 times a week, right. Stranger Things
once a week, Vikings once a week, and the 100 once a week.
So there'll be more coming out, but but in order to get to where you guys are, so we're all caught up and we can go live together for the next season, it works out perfect at 2 times a week, and we can also get more content. So it works out good.
Exactly. And thank you so much to American Mom for taking on this task of helping out when she can.
Be careful.
In editing the 100 down, because otherwise it probably would be a little bit longer before you guys could get that, access to the 100. Whereas we're already 3 episodes in. After next week, we will be 4 episodes in. So Patreon is always going to be at least 4 episodes ahead of YouTube.
Right.
But it's coming for you guys in YouTube starting in January.
And some of the things we're doing over there is obviously the 100, Bates Motel.
Yes.
Person of Interest. Time out. Into the Badlands. Gosh dang it. Into the Badlands. And what else? What am I missing here, hon?
Well, we've had to put Prodigal Son on hold for the time being.
Yeah.
At least for now, because we've got a ton of movies we have to watch this month. And we have stopped watching Watchmen as well. But yeah, that's it. And Vikings. Vikings, The Walking Dead, and then Stranger Things. Oh, and Better Call Saul. So Better Call Saul
That's
will
the
also
one.
start
Yep.
in January on Patreon right now until we get time to get that edited down as well for you.
And there might be a point where that starts going on as well,
Right.
from my understanding but I don't want to say that until...
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
From a different front. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that might, I don't see that happening like right away, but maybe,
Right. It could be soon. It
could be for all we know. I'm just saying, let's kind of not count on that right away.
Right.
But if you guys do want to see Better Call Saul starting at the first of the year, go on over to Patreon. That will be available on Patreon. Stranger Things, of course, is always going to be on YouTube. But, of course, you want early access or full reactions or anything like that, Patreon. But, yeah. Other than that, next year is going to be pretty awesome, you guys.
Yeah. We got a lot of good stuff.
We got a lot of good stuff coming for you guys.
And there's stuff coming out that I want to see as well that we may have to pick up the slack to watch, once a week or whatever. But there is a show that's coming that I definitely want to see, and it's got to do with the Game of Thrones.
Oh, I think I know. Oh, yeah.
I'm not going to miss that.
Whenever that comes out, we'll definitely be adding that to the roster.
Yeah.
So no worries there.
There is rumors that we'll be watching some Chernobyl too and stuff like that. So hopefully that, we've been wanting to see that. And but
Chernobyl will be probably coming more so sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
But I mean, we'll see how soon that is. But again,
really good shows we're watching though.
Yeah.
Every single one of them, I have to admit. Watching some of these other ones has been like a breath of fresh air. I mean,
there is not a single show that we're watching right now
that I couldn't dive in and binge right now.
I like each and every one of them for different reasons, and I wouldn't want to stop watching any of them.
Yeah. I seriously want to binge every single one of them, but I just know we can't,
Well, I know, like just earlier we were watching Bates Motel, and we were on episode 3, right?
Right.
Yeah, we're 3 in on that one too. And Steve was like, I want to watch another one right now. And I'm like, I know, I do too.
Or
and
what about the other night when we were
into
the Badlands?
Into the Badlands.
We're sitting there watching, and all of a sudden, boom, that happens. It's just, it's incredible. It's good shows recommended by great people, and we're loving it.
Group of gamers, thank you so much. Just got off work and glad you're live. Eager to watch the edited down version of 609 on Patreon. It is truly a legendary episode. Also hyped for Stranger Things. We're hyped for Stranger Things too. It's been talked up and talked up and talked up. Everybody says it's a great show, so I'm excited about starting that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah,
and
you are too, huh?
The Walking Dead 609 should be ready for you guys on Patreon.
Tonight?
Not tonight.
Oh.
I'm going to start editing that tonight. So tomorrow, like hopefully pretty early. Hopefully like early morning hours, maybe even, depending on how quickly I can get that edited for you guys. But yep, very soon the edited version will be ready for you. And then of course Wednesday here on YouTube. But yeah, I think you guys are all so awesome. Like, I love chatting with you guys here in the live stream and in Discord and in whatever other platforms that we have that we can chat with you guys.
Exactly.
Steve's over here watching football out of the corner of his
I
eyeballs.
got some serious stuff going on here, and you're just chatting away.
Well, yeah, because I was trying to explain to everybody just everything we do. And by the way, and then we're going to end our live stream here, but also be reminded about all the movies we do on Patreon as well. We just watched The Matrix, so that should be up whenever I can get that,
Yep.
Whenever I can get that up. But then other movies, Aliens, Harry Potter the whole Harry Potter series we're going to be watching, but right now we're on the second one. And then a bunch of other ones. I mean,
gosh darn it,
you guys got to see a lot of that, but yeah. Come on over there if you're interested in any of that. Otherwise, you guys on YouTube here are in for a treat coming at the start of the year.
Yep. Also pay attention to Facebook. We will be doing the drawing for the t-shirt.
Are we doing a drawing for a t-shirt that I didn't know about?
I told you about it.
Oh, okay.
Sure did.
Oh, yeah, you did tell me about that. Sorry, I forgot about that. That was something that he was doing on Facebook.
Yeah.
That I didn't really have too big of a part in. But yes, we do need to end this episode here because Ava and the kids, we have to start getting them ready for bed. And then after that, we'll be in Discord. I would say give us like 45-ish minutes.
Yep.
And then we'll be in Discord to chat with all you guys. So, again, if you want access to our Discord, go over to Patreon, any tier. I know I'm like blowing up Patreon. I'm going to stop talking about it now.
I know.
Sorry, you guys. We just like talking to you guys, that's all.
We enjoy the content we're doing. I guess that's what.
Yes, exactly.
We're trying to say. We're excited about it.
Right.
And at the beginning of the year, we really plan on doing some amazing things. So
yeah,
we're just really happy to be here. Thanks for supporting us and watching our show. I know Lacey loves doing this. It definitely, she's getting very good at it, and I do appreciate that. And so I'm just here to kind of support her along in this and watch it grow.
Right.
I love seeing new people and meeting new people. So get over to Discord, come say hi. Craig, everybody, American Mom,
we'll talk to you guys soon.
All the mods. Thank you so much for all the wonderful jobs that you're doing and keeping us spoiler free, and to all you guys.
Thank you to all you mods.
Keeping it clean in the comments. Thank you. We've been really loving The Walking Dead, not knowing what in the hell's going on because we keep ourselves very, very, very safe when it comes to looking at anything.
Very safe, yeah.
So we do that out of respect because we want to give you our best. So
right,
loving the show, man. I'm digging it. You guys recommended it,
it,
and I love The Walking Dead. I'm hooked.
Hook, line, and sinker, you guys.
Yep.
Anyway, thanks you guys so much for watching our live stream and coming and chatting with us. If you have any questions about anything, please feel free to leave me some comments in the comment section below. Any regarding the schedule or anything like that. And then
if you can't get a hold of us, we also have a manager I want to go ahead and give some props to. Craig Kostelecki. He does a wonderful job. He's a good friend.
He helps us out a ton.
He sure does, and we really appreciate him and his kids, his whole family. Love you very much, Craig. Thank you for everything that you do.
But anything that you guys hear on the channel from Craig is accurate, right? Like, unless he is mistaken about something, which is very rare, 99 times out of 100 he's correct.
He's wrong a lot.
He's wrong a lot.
Yeah, because he's a Packers fan. So
that's why he's wrong.
He's wrong 99% of the time. He's a Packers fan.
9 times out of 10, if we know something, he knows it. So it's minus the Packers situation. But yeah, if you have any questions, please feel free to leave your questions below or on whatever platform, wherever. Make sure you ask us if you have any questions. But we love each and every one of you guys, and we hope that you guys have an amazing and awesome day.
Yes. Hope amazing happens to you. Peace out.